All right, welcome back to Culture EXE, guys. Got a good one for you. And today we're talking about home buyer regret. There's two avenues you could take this from. You can take it from the finance avenue, which we're not going to do. I might do a different video on that when I have some more. I kind of want to get some better statistics on like what's going on with that. But more so the angle of how annoying it is to go from like a renter with an office and a maintenance group to help you fix stuff, or they just fix it rather, uh, to just dealing with all the crap that homeowners have to deal with. So, anyways, she does a really good job summing it up.
Well, here are your top 5 reasons for homebuyers' remorse. A shocking 72% of homebuyers who purchased in 2021 and 2022 have some regret over their purchase, according to Realtor.com. Here are the top 5 reasons. Number 1, unanticipated repairs. They purchased a home they thought was turnkey and ended up with a whole lot of work on their.
Yeah. So this is not surprising. I guess it's a little bit if you're expecting turnkey, but there's like really no such thing as a turnkey home, kind of. Like there's always going to be unexpected stuff. A turnkey home is something that it doesn't need carpets or a remodel of the bathroom or a roof or an AC. It's just you buy and there's some other videos we'll watch, water heater goes out, whatever, something like that. But this is just, yeah, unexpected crap breaking in your home, uh, despite having an inspection of it. So very annoying. Broken fridge, you know.
Their hands. Pro tip, don't skip the inspection. Number 2, a change in personal circumstance.
I mean, sometimes the inspection's not going to catch everything. So
Maybe a job relocation or an unexpected live-in family member. Number 3, damage that was underestimated. So you found a deal on a fixer-upper. Unfortunately, you didn't get an accurate bid for the repairs. Number 4, probably my favorite, not following the pro's advice. Maybe the house, neighborhood, or
yeah, so on it under yeah, basically getting the wrong bid. And this is huge right now. Like I'm currently rent. I used to own a home. And I look at a lot of houses right now. It's kind of just an interest. I want to buy, but I'm not like actively trying to buy because the prices are too high. But yeah, you just go in and like every carpets, AC, doesn't need a roof. Do you need to replace the appliances? Just so many things. But anything that needs like a lot of work, like how much do you got to do the baseboards? If you're going to do the floors, how much the floor is going to cost? It's really easy to underestimate this, especially in these situations, because you don't really, if you're trying to make a quick turnaround, like if a house comes up and it's a really good deal and you really want to get it, you don't have a ton of time to get really good estimates. Like you can't shop around 3 times, like get 3 different estimates. So yeah, that's a big thing. That's a big problem with trying to buy right now because there's just so many houses that uh, need work. And even like she said before, if it's turnkey, you still have random things that you just not anticipating breaking. So
in the perfect location, but the kitchen is outdated and that remodel is going to cost you. And number 5, not
I mean, a remodel kitchen is just that's a big one. Remodeling a kitchen, remodeling a bathroom, a roof, AC, any of that stuff. I mean, they have to come down on the price as far as I'm concerned, like a significant amount if you need any one of those. So, and the roof is inspection should catch the roof, but you don't really want it, like even if the roof is like decent, the insurance is gonna still be high on older roofs. So you really want, you want the newer roof, the better for sure.
not planning for the expenses of owning a home, like a lawnmower and furniture. So work with the pros and plan appropriate.
Yeah, today I did a whole video on putting stuff on credit cards when you don't have the money. And when I bought my house, I was really paycheck to paycheck and I put my furniture on a credit card. Don't recommend it. Didn't have the money. So, but yeah, you just run into all sorts of unexpected things with owning a home. But let's get some more. She just summarized. These are people that are living the dream, so to speak, you know?
Ownership is not what I expected it to be. Honestly, if I had my time back, I would never in a million years have bought a condo. I regret it so much. It's one of the biggest regrets of my life.
I highly recommend skipping the condo. My buddy bought a condo and he's learning the hard way. I don't think it's too bad for him, but you are learning the hard way that you're at the mercy of the association and the association fees, which fluctuate. I live in Florida. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a couple years ago we had a condo, I think it was in the Miami, like Palm Beach area, collapse, killed a decent amount of people. And that was because they weren't up on their inspections and there was something wrong with it and it wasn't caught and it wasn't fixed. The homeowners, the condo association didn't get it fixed. And so now DeSantis has a bunch of laws in place that everyone has to be like super up to date on these inspections. And it's going to cost, and a lot of condo associations are behind. So everyone's condo association fee went up. And so I don't really look at condos, but I did check out, there's some condos to the north of here. And there's a bunch of them just in like that one area, that little neighborhood, and their fee went up to 500 bucks a month. And there's like 6 or 7 condos, and they're just racing, cutting each other because they're trying to move out of it. They're trying to get out of it because their association fee is so high, and it's just too much. I mean, even a house is too much, but when you have a 6%, 6.5% interest rate, 250,000 dollar condo, that is a big payment with all the taxes with that, and then you have the 500 associated. So yeah, I recommend, for just for that reason. She's got other reasons to not go with a condo. That's why I like, and I actually like condo layouts. I love the 2-story condos where you have the upstairs, like living room, kitchen downstairs, and upstairs like the. I like those a lot. I wouldn't mind living in one, but yeah, dealing with the extra money, not really worth it.
Renting, you have that like stress free, no worry in the world. If something in my condo breaks,
I am learning. So, like I said, I'm kind of looking, but as I started researching these videos for this video, looking at these videos for this video for you guys, um, it hasn't changed my mind, but I'm like less like I need to stop renting because man, it is so nice when something is broken and you just put a work order in, and when you come home from work, it's fixed. Whereas if your fridge breaks, you have to, if depending on when you figure it out, like if it's a Wednesday night, all your crap's going bad. You got to figure out how to save all your food. Get up to a Lowe's or whoever, Home Depot, wherever you're going to get the appliance, buy it, get it delivered, be home when it's delivered. So you have to miss a day of work using your PTO, your vacation, whatever. Man, I do not miss doing that at all. It is really convenient. Just, this is broken. Come on in and fix it. That's it. Whenever you guys get a chance. It's so nice. The convenience is huge. So, yeah.
it's my responsibility to fix that issue. If I'm renting, I just call up my property manager, landlord, whoever, and just say, hey, this is broken, this appliance isn't working.
Yeah, it's the only difference with this is if you rent a room from somebody, like I rented a room for my brother for a long time. And I mean, he owned the house, so he is the one that something broke, he had to deal with it, but you still, it's still kind of an annoyance. So it's similar. You can just call him up like, hey, your fridge is broken, man. You gotta deal with it. But yeah.
Working. It's their responsibility to send somebody in and fix that ASAP. When you're a homeowner, you're the one that has to do the research on finding someone to come in. You're the one that has to take the time and make sure everything's working smoothly. It's such a headache. I'll give you an example. Today, I had the unit below my condo say that they have a leak in their washroom. It's my responsibility to call a plumber, contact the property manager, and make sure.
Okay, so this is a whole new thing. This is rough because I think she said it's the people below her that have the leak. So she has a leak that's leaking into her condo. Let's assume that's the case because I'm not sure if that wasn't that super clear. If that's the case and she has the leak and she's damaging the condo below her, that's rough because if she has to fix that, I don't know who that falls on, but that is really rough. If you got to fix the leak and if you have to fix damage, because you are technically liable for that damage. I don't know how that works out. And vice versa. If someone leaks into yours, if you have to fix that, that's bullshit. So avoid the condos, guys.
It's
Unless you don't have an option, which you might not.
fixed. And when you're a renter, that's not my problem. Like my landlord will fix that problem. I'm paying rent, and that's a wrap. That's where my responsibility finishes. If I could turn back time, I would never have bought. I would have just stayed a renter. And honestly, the extra money that I would have had, I don't have to pay property taxes, I don't have to pay for repairs. Extra money, I would have poured it into investments.
Yeah, the condo fees. Yeah, condo. I mean, she just bought the condo, which is rough. They do seem cheaper. They're not that much cheaper because of the fees. So anyway, she's like wrapping it up here. I got one more here. It's kind of the same thing. We'll go through this one really quick, and we'll go through this one really quick.
I am regretting buying a house. My fiance and I have not even lived in it for a year, and we had to buy an AC unit already, which is thousands and thousands.
Yeah, that's the rough one. But you hope, like, if the AC was like 4 years old, then that's frustrating. If it's like 6, 8, 10 years old, then you gotta be anticipating this cost. Like you gotta update the AC's gotta be replaced. So if it's not, if you're just like, oh, it's 8 years old, it's not gonna break. It's gonna break, right? It's gotta be fixed. It's gotta be replaced. It's gotta be redone at some point. They don't last forever. You just gotta be prepared for that. Just one thing to think about.
Thousands of dollars. Obviously necessary and worth it, but very unfortunate.
Also, when it breaks, it's awful. You will generally takes about 3 days to get the damn thing fixed. And I live in Florida, and man, Florida summer, like when you need it the most, when it's gonna break. No, thank you. It's awful. The humidity is terrible. I like Florida, but man, sleeping in the heat if you have to is absolutely brutal.
Also trying to plan a wedding, so that was not ideal for the budget. And then we had to add gutters. And then on top of that, we now probably have to replace our water heater. Just can't catch a break. And before anyone comes at me, we did have an inspection. None of it was.
Yeah, and they even had the luxury of having an inspection. But I mean, if you're, they don't, they're just going to give you probably the date of the AC. I don't know what else they really check with the AC. I don't really know how that goes, but she was lucky enough to have one. If you bought, like I said, if you guys bought, any of these people that bought when it was so crazy that these bidding wars were happening and they didn't even have time to do inspections. I cannot imagine doing that. Like, what a terrible idea. You're just rolling the dice on what you get, you know? Just not unwise. But yeah, she just, just an example of what people are like, what people deal with home. And if you own a home, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Random crap breaking, you don't have the money for it. And if you did, you didn't want to spend it on a new fridge or washer, dryer, dishwasher, whatever. But one thing, so like I had mentioned, I owned a home. Either I mentioned it earlier this video or a different video. I've mentioned it before that I owned a home years ago, right? Owned a home, sold it. But I have this one story that I will never forget. And it is just like, just, it is exactly not prepared for something to go wrong. And it just like, just really just takes your day and just throws up. Anyways, this house was on a well. The whole house was on well water. So you have the well pipe in the backyard, comes up, goes down. So I wake up Sunday morning, got to mow the lawn. It's Florida. Got to mow your lawn at least once a week. Otherwise, it is just going to be a pain in the ass to mow unless you have like a really, really industrial lawnmower, which I didn't have. So I'm mowing it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I don't want to do it in the first place. I just want to chill. It's Sunday. I got to go work the next day. And I'm just looking forward to like, I'm going to mow the lawn real quick. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to eat lunch. I'm going to hang out. Mowing the lawn, turn the wheel. I hit the well pipe, crack it. It just breaks it. Water spraying out. Oh, yeah, that's pretty annoying. Except more annoying, I don't have water in my house anymore. Like I said, Florida, dirty, sweaty. So I'm like, okay. Well, I stopped mowing the lawn. I head up to, I think, a Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. And luckily at the time, well, luckily, period, when I was younger, I used to do irrigation with my dad. So I kind of knew how to fix these, just like a simple PVC fix. It's not that hard. I knew what to get. I know what to buy. Go over there, grab it, do the repair. Takes me in total a couple hours probably getting up there, getting home, cutting it, gluing it. Flip it on, doesn't work. Can't figure out why it doesn't work. No idea. And I realized later it was very simple. But anyways, so it doesn't work. I don't have water in my house for the whole day. head over to my brother's house. He lives like 35 minutes north of me. Take a shower at his place, whatever. Go home. Don't have water, obviously, for the whole night. Wake up the next morning. I have to miss work. I got to call like an irrigation guy to come out here, and he fixes it in like 10 minutes. And what it was, and I used to think my dad used to do this when I was working with him, and I never understood why he did it. He would take glue and you put it on the outside of the fix, and it's so when you turn it on, the air sucks in the glue and seals all, like vacuum seals it. And that was the fix. Luckily, the guy only charged me like $50. Really cool dude, or like 75, 85, whatever. He charged me like really low amount to finish that because I did the repair. I just didn't do that step. Uh, anyways, yeah, long story short, yeah, it was fixed after that. But that's how your day off turns into a complete shit show. So annoying. But yeah, that's things you can run into with owning a house. Anyone that owns a house knows that this kind of crap happens all the time. But I'll never forget that. It was a really annoying Sunday. Anyways, I appreciate you guys stopping by. If you like what I'm doing, please follow, like, subscribe, leave comments. Like I said, if you've seen any of these videos, I'm just talking about things I've run into, what you guys are probably running into. This is the stuff that I like to watch, so I'm just trying to get more content out there like this because this is what I like to watch. I'll watch a lot of channels that talk about just general stuff. So, anyways, catch you guys next time.